expected to see. But the top tables have some hidden surprises in them as well.
A shakeup, really.
A big shakeup. You feel a breeze in here, Tamron?
I can feel a breeze.
There's a lot of air in the room right
Reminds
now.
me of set one.
We have an undefeated Kaminari Denki and an undefeated Kyoka Jiro, both on the air symbol, ready to throw down and make an upheaval of the other's record. Clinton Thomas here on Jiro and Matthew Cruikshank on Denki. This is going to be lightning fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a couple of moves coming in, attempting to play double specialized. Could be really, really important if we find a move that we absolutely need to block. Build 3's not terrible, even though we checked the 2 on the 0. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we could have checked that 2 on our second specialist, right?
Yeah.
And then been very sad.
Really tired ourselves there.
Absolutely.
So we've got Matthew
He said, I'll do it
swinging
too.
right back. Hey,
I'll do it too.
Hey, that's a pretty good card. I like to play a couple of those myself.
And some wealthy aspirations. We love that one here.
Use the code.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of perusing around the top tables during my break last round because I can't ever stop working, and I saw some very, very cool things. Both of these decks being one of them. We've got an Ojiro 2 who's slinging really hard at top tables right now. We've got an X1 Midnight slinging it very hard at top tables right now. A couple Momos, a lot of very notable names there, but some very, very, very cool dark horses, all still very much in the running right now. And I think Jiro even fits that category now too a little bit. Obviously, she's got very good representation numbers-wise today, but this is a deck that I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about in a lot of ways, especially on the air symbol. Staff Strike Jiro has become a huge fan favorite deck.
Absolutely.
In these last few competitive seasons. But Air has access to that very, very cool card that we all know and love, Seizing the Advantage.
Yeah, the thing about Jiro is she has the ability to swing big, no pun intended, haymakers, you could say, at Kirishima, right? That's, I mean, better get it out now, right?
Better to get it out now, yeah.
Kirishima is truly the deck to beat. Wow, we just keep missing these checks just by one, huh?
Yeah, this is spooky. But right away, we're seeing exactly what we just finished talking about, is the power of Seizing the Advantage. Already one of the strongest cards coming in from the Heroes Clash card pool. And Jiro being a character that interacts with it to make it even stronger is just absolutely bananas. It, of course, representing a card in the card pool, meaning we're going to give an extra 1/1, meaning essentially our season the Advantage, in addition to doing all the crazy stuff it already does, is going to give this move +3 speed and +1 damage in totality.
Correct.
Yeah, which is just nuts.
It's very, very good. Interesting choice there. I actually think it was probably better to respond with the seizing, flip the specialist before they get a chance to respond for the -3 speed. Because if you flip it first, then it's just a blank face down foundation. But I guess looking at Destined and being like, hey, only I get to draw a card. It's my rodeo, you know?
Right. I mean, it's not bad. Destined's one of those premier foundations, always good to get out of the way. And of course, Jiro's power coming in hot right now, even through like the rolling bad checks on our first 2 cards played this turn, on our season, our home run Comet. Still a lot of potential for this turn to go crazy if we could stack some good checks for ourselves. I'm interested to see what the rest of Clinton's hand looks like. Opening with Home Run Comet. Home Run Comet is not generally one of those moves that you open with, the Home Run Comet being much better late in the string. But, it's possible we're trying to set up some moves instead. You see a 1.3 million in the hand, and I think I see another Seizing the Advantage in our hand as well.
I mean, if we've got the Comet, speaking of
oh my goodness.
Hey.
Ain't no one playing specialist.
Let's just have a gentleman's agreement. We'll shake hands, and nobody will ever play it as a 2-check. Let's just check every 2 that we have.
Yep.
That's the goal.
Absolute gentleman's agreement. So just barely squeaking in that block with the 2-check. Matthew now very wide open. So if we've got some nice checks on top of our deck, unfortunately, we have our disinformation success is very committed. So our manipulation of those top cards pretty much stops at Jiro herself. Interested to see how
5s. Matthew might actually die here.
He very well could.
We've got a card in the card pool. We're completely committed out. If we have 2 5s, we get to give everything stats, and we've got a
1.3 in hand.
We've got a 1.3 and another Comet. But he's saying, hey,
are we going for the 1.3 now? Oh, okay.
5,
this is
6.
this is
Interesting.
spicy.
I mean, I think he just wants the momentum really, really bad.
For sure. I mean, this is going to represent what? +3/+3. This is very unblockable. It's going to be 7 damage. It'll become powerful 3.
Powerful 3. I mean,
So-
we could sell out to like what, put him to half, but like because of the damage output that Jiro has, I don't think we necessarily need to keep the momentum. But he's disagrees with me. He says, "Hey, 3 damage is 3 damage is 3 damage. I'll take it."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just a big 10 damage move for free now, right? So
The other
yeah,
option
it's
is just to
definitely not
keep the
going to
momentum,
represent
right?
lethal. Yeah, I mean, for sure, we can always just hang on to our momentum as well. Oh yeah, this is pretty spicy. This is pretty spicy right here.
Attempts to go for the block. This is just to clear the card
yeah,
out.
Yeah, I mean that was on a 10. Yeah, we're definitely just getting our card out of our hand because after being chunked all the way down to 13, it's gonna be pretty hard to survive any turn that Air Jiro can put out. So
Right.
the pressure is very much on Matthew now to try and close this out this turn. And I mean with 5 foundations as Kaminari, he can definitely do that. It's not
sure.
outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, 5 foundations and an extra momentum if we decide to pop our ones per game due to that wealthy aspirations.
Double basic training for some stats.
Yeah.
I mean, we just got to find the 7 good ones here, right? Does not look like our hand is particularly angry right now, though. Might be constituting another build turn. Which, I mean, I don't know if it spells certain death for Matthew here. Like, he can definitely get a solid build off here and have some solid defenses. Obviously, Denki himself doesn't represent any defensive power on his face, but the air symbol most certainly does. Special sound being some of the best speed reduction in the game.
It's interesting. I mean, and Clinton checking bad here and being, I don't want to say aggressively greedy, right? We opted to not flip the specialists whenever we had a chance. So this is just another turn that Matthew gets to, -3 speed, block another thing for free. It's all because, like, doing the quote book play of
Right.
responding with Jiro with the card in the card pool as opposed to not. I'm interested to know how it works out. In the long run. Was that one decision the thing that actually changed the tide? We'll just have to see.
Interesting. Yeah. No. I'm picking up what you're laying down, Tamron. If Matthew can get this good poke off right here and then just go really hard into a super solid build, hold the right blocks. Again, he reverses the situation, puts Clint in a position where, hey, you actually have to kill me now this turn. I mean, Denki with Denki after 2 build turns is just a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
You are just waiting for that man to draw any reasonable amount of attacks, and you are going to just go nuclear.
Yeah, one of my favorite ways to describe Denki is take an extra turn, man.
Take
And
an
so
extra turn, man.
If you give him the turns that are good, if you give him the turns that he's naturally given, when he decides to take that extra one, it's going to be that much more potent.
Yeah, I'm prepared to have some Thomas Redmond provisional flashbacks right here.
Right.
The legend of Take an Extra Turn Man making its way out of the scrolls once more potentially in this matchup. I mean, Jiro is no slouch though. I mean, there's every world where Jiro can deal 13 damage on 4 foundations.
So simple. So simple.
Ooh, the jolt as well. Checking the Levi signed Ochako 1 buddy block in the main deck.
Love that.
Very spicy.
How cool.
Not to toot my own horn here. Matthew is a big fan of mine, and he's been learning a lot from my content and really upping his competitive level. And it's really awesome to see him here doing so well, just as a player and as a friend.
Joel connects. Do we
Jolt
trade the
does
deck?
connect.
He
We do
says
not.
no.
We do not. We say nope. I'm fine building with these first 2 cards in my card pool. And now we have the Jolt to defensively commit down the Destined for mainstream success, telling Jiro deal enough damage to finish me off with 3 foundations, and one of them not being Destined for mainstream success is definitely a lot better than 4 foundations with one of them being Destined for mainstream success.
I completely agree. We got 2 face-up momentum, stealing a 3rd off of the Wealthy Aspirations. It's an interesting call because I actually think that using Wealthy Aspirations
Would've
to
held it.
unflip
Yeah.
the Jolt, turning it essentially into like a shock treatment. One of the amazing cards we get to play
So, yeah.
has disruption, right?
Yeah, big disruption. So I think the big thing here is Clinton needs to see some specialist sounds, right? Some specialized sound waves, right?
Right.
We have 2 momentum now. The second we find one of those, we can go and find the other, which then uses the other momentum and makes really crazy stuff happen. With 2 of them down, though, Oh, we're
digging for it.
We're digging for it.
It checks.
Beautiful
Hey,
check.
That card wasn't good. This
Draw.
card
This
was
is a
very
double jab
good.
pummel. Oh, this might get a little. Oh, and there's the season. This might get a little out of hand
That's
real
really
fast,
good.
Cameron.
That's really
real fast. Oh,
And there it is.
There's the sound waves.
This kills. I think he's dead. I like everything that Denki's got going on with two double jabs, and we know there's an indiscriminate hand and the copy of this card that exists. This is over.
Yeah, we can't fail checks here.
Yeah.
As Clinton right now, we will not fail our next like 4 checks. Yeah, flipping the specialist
There
is
it
big.
is.
We've learned.
Yeah, he heard me.
We've adapted.
He heard me.
Yep, our new tactic is here. Yeah, now we can just go grab any solid check in our discard pile, grab our other specialized sound waves, and just start going crazy. Specialized sound waves, into double jab, into 1.3. I mean, they're all gigantic damage moves. It'll be pretty hard pressed for Matthew to make his way out of this. That one singular sound waves is all it took to start this crazy chain.
You know what's happening right now in this exact second?
What's that, my friend?
I miss playing specialized sound waves. I think I'm going to go home and make an air deck.
Are you? How have you been playing specialized sound waves, Tim?
I'm not. I haven't been. I haven't since set 1, since Ochaco, right? Watching this happen.
Two separate words.
I want to play
I
specialized
heard
sound
I
waves.
miss playing specialized
I miss
sound
it.
waves.
I miss playing that
insane.
card.
This card's benign.
Oh, hey, look,
Yeah.
another one. Hey, how'd that get there?
Yeah,
How did he find-
whoopsie daisy.
Whoa, and he checked a 6? How nuts.
Yeah. One singular specialized sound wave. I mean, it's really like Jiro though, right? That makes this card so over the top. Otherwise, it's a 4 high for 3, right? And you kind of just don't care. But
For sure.
Jiro is what says, hey, you have to deal with this card while you know my way better move is coming next to. Oh.
Yeah, we checked all the bad ones early, so
Yeah.
we're chill. It's fine. 4 high for 5 catch, homie.
Yeah. Now we're checking our 6 again on this double jab pummel, I have to
Do
assume.
you remember how good that jolt was?
Yep.
It's a real shame we don't have an enhanced step to utilize it. That would be
it's
just atrocious
It's
if that
super
happened.
unfortunate we are not getting to jolt down the good ones right now.
Yeah.
It is super duper unfortunate.
Yeah, we've threatened double digit damage without having an enhanced step, guaranteeing drawing our draw one, stacking the cards. I mean, this is just like the power of. I mean, we gave Jiro 1 momentum,
Yep.
right? She hit 1, she stole 1 with the home run comet, and now all of this. I mean, I think he's just going to die.
Yeah, one singular sound waves is all it took to start this absolute avalanche of destruction here. Very unfortunately for Matthew. And by the time the double jab comes in, it's just going to be too late to really do anything pivotal with Jolt. The checks are all just going to be too plussed up, too massive. This one's already passing for free.
And then from there, like, we haven't even used Jiro's ability to look and scout, right?
We have not used Jiro's ability. We as Matthew have to block these double jabs now, meaning that we're going to get all the card filtering in the world.
Looking at the top and seeing, is it worth even pressing the button to...
So I think this was our heads-up play here to go ahead and just use it right off the bat, because if we use Jiro, put an attack on top, and then the Destin gets jolted, right?
Right.
But then he has to block it, so we still draw it
Still gets
anyway.
draw.
So I think I would have just gone for the Jiro here regardless, or just not Jiro at all.
Right.
But I guess you can Destin either way. It like if it's an attack, you get it. If it's a foundation, you draw it, and you would have drawn it either way, right?
Does double jab say may? You may draw 2. That's it.
I don't believe double jab says may. I mean, you can always just not activate the combo enhance.
Yeah, but I think having +2 to the check is
for sure,
very
right?
important.
Because like the worst case scenario, like it just gets worse, and you check the 3, which is actually a 5, which is still better than the 4 on top with small
Correct.
number. So more of like a fail-safe play than anything. But at the same time, not going to make a massive amount of difference because we're passing all of these checks no matter what happens anyway.
The other big thing here is like we've got the double jab pummel, even with the checking poorly, right? We'll pretend we check poorly. Every move is lethal,
Yeah.
except for an unpumped
Mm-hmm.
Soundwaves, right?
Correct. Yeah. Because I mean, we can play the next pummel on a 7. Worst case scenario, we check a 3, which is actually a 5. We commit 2 for 7. The next one has +2. We play our last Soundwaves on a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Worst case scenario, we check a 3, which is actually a 5. Commit 2 for 6, 7. So we're rolling these next 2 moves no matter what. And Matthew's got 1 card in his hand.
Right.
Matt's got 1 card in his hand, and we've got 2 more moves pretty unconditionally. And I mean, this is just the power of Air Jiro showing what Air Jiro does best. Yeah, and we even had the second mid block too.
So let's talk. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't use the jolt, if this is like a 2 or something, and we have to commit out in order to make something happen, we should have kept the wealthy aspirations up, right?
Yeah.
Because we could have committed out 1 more resource, right? Of like,
It would have given us a miracle out,
yeah,
but an out nonetheless.
yeah. I mean, that's what you got to play to, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you only have 1 out, doesn't matter what the percentage of it is.
Jiro's sitting here with the biggest checkmate of all time. If you can figure out how to make them blunder, then I mean, that's where it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is we've seen miracles happen today, plenty of times already.
Absolutely.
And there's always room for it in this game. But I mean, at this point, though, we definitely can't fail we can't fail our next move, regardless. It's possible, Matthew can posture 1 more block. But really, oh my goodness, the home run on an 8. We check an 8. Oh my!
Insane!
Goodness.
Absolutely nuts. Yeah.
Clinton
Plus
said, "What miracle?
5 speed
What
plus
miracle?
5 damage.
What miracle?" Clinton said, "What miracle?"
Plus ultra or nothing. Even then, die to the partial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
go
do
ahead,
the
Glenn.
partial here.
Press your buttons, man.
Yeah.
You earned them.
Yeah, there's
You earned them.
simply no out here for Matthew. Unfortunately, Clinton's definitely going to be taking this game right here. Oh, on a 13.
Yeah. So what happened there? Why did Matthew lose that game?
He did not draw 7 attacks before Clinton did.
Oh, interesting.
It's kind of the core aspect of it, right? I mean, if Matthew finds the hand that Clinton did on his previous turn, right, he does just probably do that same thing, right?
Right.
That same nuclear process. And he's unfortunately, but I mean, as far as the things in his control that he can look out for, I mean, we talked about the Jolt play, right? The Jolt Wealthy Aspirations play. We definitely could have stockpiled that and tried to at least get some more committal out. At the same time, Clinton played around that aspect really well with the flash moves so early on. Really pivotal stuff there. But aside from that, I mean, as far as things, so I am privy to the fact that Matthew's got Toru 2 in his sideboard. So we're definitely not going to on that character right now as we're going first. But I have no doubt we're going to see the Toru 2 pop out in Game 3.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't think that's a terrible move. I mean, making Jiro play a move and then pick it back up, play it again. It's a really easy way to ruin that +2 to the check from something like a double pummel, which was the reason that we lost that match on so few foundations on Clinton's.
It's also very good against specialized sound waves, right?
True.
You play your next move. Okay, check that 6 you stacked. I'll put that back now. Now play it again.
Right.
Play it again. Might not be another 6 on top.
And then
if you're Clinton, there's the 6 on top because you're a legend.
Right,
you're the legend, right?
And you also get to do like a bit of a Jiro scouting yourself, right? You look at your opponent's deck, and see what it is. Oh, they put that 6 there. I'll just discard it. It's fine.
Yeah. Shoes on the other foot, right?
Yeah.
Put that shoe on the other foot. Turn those tables. For the time being, though, I think we definitely want to stick around on Denki. Going first is going to be our big leveraging factor here to just try and get it in before Clinton can stabilize too hard.
Yeah, he's got to kill him. Draw the good ones and build 5 pass, go to 1, obviously, and then 27.
Yeah, 27. 27's not hard for Denki to find.
Absolutely not.
Especially not on air. There's so many big moves. The home run comets, the 1.3s, so many big moves. We saw meteors in his deck as well.
Yeah.
So many big moves. Really looking forward to see what Denki can do here. Matthew didn't get to put out much of a showcase with his deck in that first game.
Sure.
So I want to see what he can bring to the table. I want him to show us this game why he is 5-0 right now.
Yeah.
At the first Pro Hero Nationals. In a room of 310 people, he is one of the small handful that have not lost a round yet.
Interesting. Clinton looked at the top 2 cards of his deck. Why? I wonder.
What's that?
Clinton looked at the top 2 cards of his deck and then shuffled it back in. I wonder what he was looking at.
Huh. Maybe just seeing if he did mulligan.
But he did mulligan. I could totally see if he did mulligan want to look at the top, but like he did.
I'm not sure then.
I don't know. I don't know. That was sorry. I got stun locked.
No.
It's weird behavior from Glenn.
He was obviously Jiro enhancing Tamarin before the game begins.
Right.
It's the pre-game Jiro.
Swap these around.
Yeah, you got to warm it up. You got to warm
Shuffle
it up.
my deck.
Got to warm up the Jiro hand a little bit. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah,
You know
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying? So, okay, nice builds. Is that the RLE specialist of sound?
It is.
That one's better.
Yeah.
That one's stronger.
Yeah,
that one's stronger.
More explosive. It's shinier in the bottom right corner.
It is. Alongside the cheerleader as well, the RLE cheerleader.
Love it.
Very nice.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No ready, set, go coming from Clinton.
That's big.
Super big.
That's big. Hey, we did it though.
He's got it now though. He's got it now though.
Hey, better late than never.
Very, very pivotal though. You know, especially with the build 4 is always risky against the ready set go symbol on a deck that wants to kill you super fast. Very, very scary to give them those extra resources so quickly, so early on in the game.
You know what I guess that goes says now? It's a 1 high block.
It does say that. And
wowzers!
Yeah, that's a hot build 6. Yeah. Build 6, hold 1, do 27.
Hey, this is
If there was ever a time to do 27, it's right here, right now, man.
Yeah.
Because
on 4 foundations.
Because holy cow, can we pass into that board as a 20 health not defensive character?
Double latent
skill. That's what I'm really looking at right now. Cameron. Double latent skill. Our reach. Oh, okay. Meteor is step 1, right? Meteor constitutes a lot of attacks in one card as we proc our once per game, right?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just,
this is
we
getting
have the rest
blocked, right? Like for sure.
For sure. I mean, there's 2 worlds, right? We either held a high block for something like this, or we held a low block. Because as Jiro here, Clinton's thought process should probably be, if I'm holding 1 card, I'm holding a low block, I'm taking everything until it's 1.3 million.
Right.
Right? Like, that's the only way to make sure you don't take 27, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that is the only way you just don't take 27 this turn, is you gotta just hold it all till the 1.3 comes in. So the meteor shower connects beautifully, and that's it. Oh.
That makes sense. I mean, you check another 3 here, you commit
For
2 foundations,
sure.
it's actually over. Especially check your 3, commit the 2 foundations, and it gets blocked. I mean, you're just actually asking to lose.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think it's terrible. We had the high block in case there's like another meteor shower or something something cheeky, and we're going to draw up into our hand.
Okay, we got a sound wave's got a home run comet and a 1.3. It's the double latent skill though. That's what I'm worried about here, is the double latent skill.
Yeah, this is actually presenting lethal even with the 4 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double specialist. Interesting.
Ooh, the almighty equalizer.
Okay.
The almighty equalizer coming back into the picture right here.
Interesting. This is not the card that I would have opened with by any means. I would have opened with the Comet and stolen my momentum.
Yes, I agree. And then sound waves, right?
And yeah, latent skill, see what my turn looks like, and then sound waves stack, and then make this happen as the next move. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with this opening, but this is fine, especially, I mean, we're getting the partial block here, which means we get the momentum so that, I mean, next turn, this is going to happen. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, if there is a next turn, right?
Right.
So there's the home run comet coming in now. Yeah, I don't know. We're still presenting a lot of potential lethality here.
Yeah.
I don't know if his committal say we're going that route though, right? Because we committed the requesting assistance. Although I guess actually we're not going to get to. No, yeah, we could have left it ready. Stolen our momentum, flip requesting ready something, then sound waves, play momentum.
Kind of tells me that he didn't actually have the foresight that he wanted to do this line. He was like, well, I mean, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I've definitely been there, right? Where you're like, well, I guess I'm done. Then they block or something happens, and then you're like, ooh, maybe I'm not done.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not done. Maybe he was just so insulted by the buddy block, the Ochako buddy block,
right?
The best friend block was maybe too powerful. It's shifted him down this aggressive route here.
I mean that is it, right? Like your plans change, your plans move, and so as we
pivot, right? We pivot. This home run comment here says we are now pivoting. The thing is, though, depending on how, I mean, like, if this doesn't get enough value, right, we are also just letting Matthew filter out all of his hand right now.
Right.
And try and draw a big grip of Scary Orange. This is for a air blowout deck aggro mirror match. This is very, very nuanced. A lot of really careful moving parts here. I think the biggest and hardest thing about knowing this, okay. And then sound waves on a
greedy.
6.
This is the greediest move of all time. Holy cow, Clinton.
Oh my goodness.
Clinton, you're at Nationals, man.
Oh, dude.
He's playing so big. You know where you are, dude?
Bro, he said I'm a game up, buddy.
He says
I'm a game up,
I want it so bad.
Oh, this is like such a crazy benign way to go about this line, but it might be what gets him there. I mean, as Sam Tate would say, these are the plays you have to make. Now, I don't think these are the plays you have to make.
No, these are not the plays you have to make. I hate all these plays.
These are the plays we're making.
I hate every one of these plays.
These are the plays we're making, and they might be getting us there. Soundwave's going to build this guy down. Going to flip. Has to be the specialist, right? Specialist is the only thing that constitutes this attack being blockable under any circumstances.
Correct.
So
If you're doing...
don't think I understand that flip.
I don't either. It might just be him saying, this actually isn't going to get you there, but I'm going to put you on the clock regardless, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like, you better show me 22 next.
Yeah, take away your best aggressive piece for next turn. Sure, yeah. See, I don't even care if you block this.
I don't hate it, but that play speaks volumes of what his plan is for the next, right?
It does. It almost feels like we've pivoted again.
Yeah. I think Glenn just really couldn't make up his mind of what he wanted to do this turn.
Yeah.
Whether his hand was confusing or the lines that he wanted to take, or maybe the checks are just like getting with him.
Yeah,
At the same time, it's round 5 at the Pro Hero Nationals for the My Hero collectible card game. It's tough.
It's tough.
People are out sweating. Drink water.
It's tough. Things are getting very sweaty out here.
Boil in your brains.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the fatigue is real, right? The fatigue is a super real factor all the time, 24/7. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I would have stared at the 6 cards that Clinton drew at the beginning of his turn, I think I could have stared at these 6 cards for a decade, and I would have never arrived at this line here.
Yeah. Not at least in the order that I saw.
Yeah, not in this exact order for sure. Definitely demonstrating the power, though, man, of the home run combat momentum steal into the sound waves.
I love this.
Okay.
He said, hey, I'm not killing you. I'm going to stack these 2 cards, and you're not killing me.
Two awful foundations on the top of your deck.
What an insane ability. So the thing about this card that is so underutilized, that you never see, is it says you can take 2 cards from either player's deck and put them on top. We always see Specialized Sound Waves as a flow card. Yo, I'm gonna make my turn cooler and more awesome, right? Because that's the thing that we want to do in My Heroes. We want to play more cards.
I do love playing cards.
It's a disruptive card piece as well. Stacking 2 foundations on my opponent's turn says that there's 2 foundations that they don't get. Interesting. We don't even attempt to go for the block to try and clear one of those foundations off.
Rolling 3s, you throw the pillar swing.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. This Clinton guy's wild. This Clinton guy's wild, Tamara. We gotta watch out for this guy.
Yeah.
This is the crazy guy right here. Still though, we have now passed into Denki. If Denki now finds those 7 attacks, I'm looking at a double jab, a 0 grav lift, a specialized sound waves, all in Matthew's hand here. Things are gonna get ugly, Tamron.
Yeah.
Things are gonna get nice and filthy.
This is going to be good. And the question is what do you have as the finish, right? Being able to, you have to threaten 22 before you make a block happen, because the double jab is just going to swing, right? Like, you never block that as the Jiro.
Right.
Because you can't give them something like a jolt to follow up with.
Ooh, ripping the 2 low block. Pretty huge here. This says as long as we take everything, we can block a 1.3 at some point.
Correct.
By ripping the 5 check, right?
That combined with release says that I get to block whatever I really want to block.
Yeah, I'm interested we ready to the release over the Specialist of Sound.
Specialist says, release lets us try and block twice with the 2 cards in our hand, as opposed to Specialist saying, I get
release,
to block once. Right?
Release does not say we get to block twice, because the saying we block once, release gets committed.
Yeah,
because of Denki Kaminari.
Yeah, good point.
So Yeah, I have a local of mine who's very big on Denki, has been since the game came out. So I have a abnormal, disgusting amount of experience against this character.
Yeah, normally whenever I play Denki, I'm normally playing as Denki, so I never think about like, you know, what do they got going on. Yeah, but you're right. You're totally right.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas, like, if we're only going to get to use it once, -3 speed for free is better than destroy for +2 to the check, right?
It's fair.
So the Jolt's coming in now, and we might honestly just see the once per game pop after this Jolt hits. Because I think we're just very much trying to snag that momentum so that we can use our specialized sound waves in Matthew's hand here. Because I don't know what else we have in the hand right now.
Yeah, I'm not positive. I thought I saw a double jab pummel that we kept onto last turn. But it might have been the waves. I might have missaw.
A double jab pummel will definitely recontextualize the current state of this turn, for sure. So we're going to eat the Jolt as well. Going down to 12. This is
get in the danger zone for sure.
Now we're thinking. We're thinking now. We're looking through that discard pile, seeing what we can sound waves in. Seeing what we can sound waves in. We've got some goodies in there. We have a Jolt, we have a Meteor Shower, we have a Home Run Comet. I feel like Home Run Comet is the potential play here.
I mean, the real thing is like it just gets blocked, right? It's just a 3 high for it's for $1 million, but it's just 3 high, and I'm pretty sure we have got a 1 high block in our hand with a ready get set go. Yeah, we're covering our high zones, we're covering our low zones.
Right.
So we got to make
So we go for the once per game now, yeah. And then
better.
now we jammed the sound waves now, and we just say goodbye to our Jolt momentum.
Yeah,
or
good
say goodbye
read.
to our, ooh, my
Look at that
God,
insane
yeah.
read.
Yep. Yeah, if we had jammed our double jab there on a 6 without once per gaming, our turn would be over. Our turn would be so over.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy risk assessment there. We're just going for the double sound waves.
I think you actually jab here. Like you put this on top, you draw, you stack the 6. And I think you double jab pummel here.
Into the other sound waves.
Into the other sound waves.
That means you get to use your Jolt. Yeah. Yeah, that makes
Jolt.
perfect sense. That makes perfect sense, yeah.
And
this is going to be
can't fail it.
This is a crazy turn.
Yeah.
This is a crazy turn right here. We're also eating that going down to 9. All right. Yeah, I think the double jab here is super correct.
Yeah.
First enhance, commit down, release.
Oh, this deck is so cool.
Yeah, when I was perusing top tables and I saw this deck at table 3, I was like, oh, this is crazy cool. Oh, this is some crazy stuff going on, man. People forget about air. You know, we definitely didn't get like the biggest amount of cards in set 3.
It's just a big puzzle, right? You're like, look at your opponent's life total and like, is this 27?
Yep.
If it's not, how do I make it 27?
Right.
Hey, I got a couple specialized. Hey, we found them.
Specialized sound waves is how that. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're just going for the sound waves here. And going to be missing our use of Jolt, which don't know how I feel about.
I am
grabbing
also
the
not
home
a
run
fan,
comment.
But that is.
Let's see what happens.
I think.
Maybe there's things in Matthew's hand that we don't see right now.
Right.
No. All we know is we're pretty sure he has double jab pummel. Okay, yeah, he definitely has it. I see the double jab pummel for sure. And we checked our home run comment as well. Pretty cool. That allows us to commit our small and limber at some point and ready it after we steal our momentum. A card leaves our stage, right?
I mean, this is gonna be double jab here, right? Because like we need the check loop.
Bink the 6, and then into the home run comment.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Clinton is at 6 health at the moment, and so you play the double jab, and then you commit the small limber to make it 6.
Right.
So you have to interact with it. You draw 2, you discard 2, and then you home run comment afterwards. And I think that's the game.
Yeah, this is a pretty scary spot for Clinton to be in. We simply don't have the blocking power to constitute being able to survive through this turn at the moment, from the looks of it.
We'd have to block with the low block and then pray on the high block, right? But even once the high block gets, whenever we block with the low block versus the double jab pummel, our release is getting committed.
Yeah.
Right? And so...
And we know that one of those cards is a low block, and we're only playing high attacks from here on out. So realistically, Clinton only has 1 card in hand. We've got 2 more moves, and they're both 6 damage. Right?
We have 2 moves?
We have the double jab, and then we have the home run comment we drew off of our sound moves. Yeah. I mean, this is just, man, this actually, this entire matchup right now is just revolving around stealing momentum.
Yeah.
Actually is the entire name of the game in this matchup right now. And just being able to start chaining sound waves so fast, so quickly.
I think if Matthew does not try and push here, I think this is a misplay. This is 100% a misplay.
Yeah, I think we just like have game showing. We have a 6 damage double jab pummel, and then we have a home run comet.
It's interesting.
And he can only block one.
If he can block both, because he's got a low block and a high block, right? So the double jab pummel is a 3-speed, 4-speed whenever it gets the +1. So you check on a 6, you can release this move to guarantee pass it. Yes, the release gets committed, but then we still have 2 more face down foundations, right? From there,
my
the home run
God.
comet gets to have 3 base speed. When you steal the momentum, you get to re-ready the small limber going up to 4 speed. It's a 1 high block plus 1 card to the card pool. You check a 5, even a 4, you can commit the 2 face downs in order to pass it.
Yeah.
Clinton had the safe line here to stay safe. But if you like check a 3 on the first one, like it doesn't have, I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been
Clinton also has to block the double jab pummel with a low block and not the high block, right? So
Yeah.
like it has to just be a call out.
It would have been a gamble for sure whether Matthew could actually finish things that turn or not.
Yeah.
But was it the bigger gamble to pass into Clinton and dare him to draw attacks again?
Totally. I think actually where the misplay happened, not to keep beating the dead horse, for
sure.
Specialized into specialized. Specialized
Yeah.
into pummel,
Into
into
pummel, yeah.
specialized, into what like you could have had a build your own turn happen here.
Yep.
And make the specialized be lethal and because of you're not allowed to block the pummel. You had the attacks to get the job done, but because you played 2 weenie 3 damage moves,
Yep.
Clinton was allowed to keep blocks the way that he was supposed to.
Yeah.
Hopefully Matthew goes back and rewatches this and
For sure,
sees it.
yeah. And I mean, that's what we talked about earlier, right? That was my big point before when we talked about specialized sound waves is Jiro is what makes that card so scary, right?
Right.
Denki did the exact same thing. Denki stole 2 momentum and then sound waves into sound waves, but they were piddly 3 damage moves. Because our character's not Jiro.
That was a very big swing.
Yeah.
That was a 9 damage swing that just came in, hit him with the entire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we drew 5 attacks and sees the advantage as Clinton here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, our Clinton's puzzle here, I'm pretty sure is very, very complete. We've got 1.3, we've got Home Run Comet. This is just a nuclear meltdown right now,
Can you
about
hear
to
it?
explode onto Clinton's board.
Can you hear it? The circus music.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately for Matthew, I think he had to finish things that turn or bust.
At least give it a shot.
For sure. For sure. The full block, it disappears. We have like Home Run Comet. It's a Home Run Comet here.
And there it is. We're going to show that we don't have. Oh, we have the high block because you got the pummel.
Right.
We just can't block it. It's too quick.
Yeah, it's on an 8. It's on an 8. We have 0 ready foundations.
Yeah.
Because our Home Run Comet is +2/+2.
There's
Yeah.
the handshake. Congratulations.
Firm
to Clinton
handshake.
Thomas.
Yeah, congratulations,
taking down
Clinton.
this one.
Beautiful plays. Beautiful plays on both ends.
Almost felt like a foregone conclusion. I mean, because we did the math, right?
Right.
Like Matthew trying to take down that game was a risk. It was a gamble at best, right? It was not a guaranteed line to do it because of specialize into his moves.
Right, of course.
Who knows how it worked out? But Clinton really showing you that all you gotta do is check 5s.
All I gotta do is check fives,
take
man.
lives.
And you know what that character does? Make sure you check 5s.
Very good. At it.
And then on the other side of things, you know what Denki Kaminari does is he takes risks to kill you in one turn.
Absolutely.
And I think that was just our issue there, is we weren't ready to go onto that gambit. We instead proposed to take the gambit of saying, hey, I'm gonna build here. I'm gonna tell you that you can't finish me off next turn. Clinton wasn't interested in that prophecy. Clinton was not interested in that prophecy. But very, very, very tight lines between both of them. I mean, you equated both of these air decks and their aggressive lines to two puzzles, right? And I think Clinton just was a little better at putting together the puzzle between the two of them, and then the time it took for them to finish it out.
I would love to hear from Clinton himself. So we're going to take a small break as we set up a small interview with Clinton Thomas, the winner. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And here we are with Clinton Thomas, the winner of our last match, round 6, right?
6-0.
6-0. Insane, dude. So first off, Clinton, congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Insane. What a crazy high-octane match. How are you feeling about Jiro in a world full of Kirishima and Bird? People have kind of written off this character.
To be completely honest, I've yet to see a Kirishima or a Bird in this entire tournament.
Oh my goodness.
I won't let anybody on stream. I've had a pretty solid run so far. Even though the entire sideboard is built for Birds and Kirishimas, I haven't got to touch my sideboard yet.
What a hassle, man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I know, right? It's incredible. It's like I have a chance game 1. Wow. Whoa.
So what made you bring Jiro for this event in particular?
So speaking of Bird and Kirishima, so like the way I look at it, Kirishima wants to get to the mid game. He's not really trying to he can high roll, but he's not trying to high roll you super hard.
Right.
A lot of Kirishimas are playing more of a mid-range game. So with Jiro, with like a lot of the air defense, I feel like I can play that mid-range game if I have to.
Yeah.
But I also have that chance where I just go turn 2 and I drop 6 attacks and say, oops, I win.
Oops.
It's kind of the same concept with Bird, where it's like I'm literally sideboarding 4 copies of Plus Ultra just because I can just in case I play like against the crazy Azure Twisting Inferno stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's really just about like I think that Jiro on air has like solid defense between specialist and release, and then all your attack blocks are amazing. They're all +2s and +1s, and they cover all the zones. So like, and you have so many +1 high blocks for Bird that I'm not really scared of it. All I gotta do is block 2 of your things. I have 27 health. Even if you string out 5 attacks, there's a good chance if I'm smart about it that I still live.
I mean, we even saw that in the last match, right? You fought against Denki, who went specialist, and the 2 more attacks that he had in his hand were a double jab pummel into a comet. You had a low and a 1 high. You could block the double jab with the low, and then just easily block the comet with the high. It didn't matter.
Yeah, so having release on the board was key.
Correct. And so like the block zones that the air symbol has, just inherently being good at like, I'll trade my 1 good block for your 1 broken game-ending attack is just enough to get you there. And all your moves swing for 1,000. Your silly little 3 difficulty move does not do 3 damage to everybody else.
The 3 damage is a lie.
45.
Yeah, but that's also, speaking of which, I'm also sitting on the 3. I don't think anybody's siding this right now. I'm sideboarding 3 infinite potentials in my sideboard.
Whoa.
Just because it's a 1 diff, 5 check, +1 high block. And like I said, I'm already mainboarding 8 +1 high blocks.
Yeah.
So I bring that in. I have 11 +1 high blocks and the ability to say, hey, your low attack or your infinite shock, it's a high now.
Yeah.
Say hello to my +1 high blocks. A third of my deck is +1 high blocks.
Yeah. Hedging your bets in order to make sure that you can cover the block zones. That's really, really smart, man. That's really, really smart.
Like I said, I haven't had to touch it yet because I don't know. I'm just running into. I've run into so many Ojiros today, but I feel like Ojiro is so predictable because like you've got 2 zones in your card pool. I know what's coming next.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'll just keep this block.
Yeah. Any big shout outs you want to give before we get you on out of here and get you? I mean,
yeah,
you got 40 minutes left in your round. Go have a nap or something.
That's the ideal part of playing Jiro is you always have the long rounds. Yeah, they're feast or famine.
Right.
But I mean, I'm gonna just shout out the Dallas crew. The list has gotten too long to really list everybody, but everybody at the local game store in Richardson, we've been grinding out for the last month. All last week we had locals every single night just for this. Just the whole crew, like I wouldn't have the practice that I have without being able to play against them every night, so it's just like I owe that to them. So
I love that. Love shouting out the homies. All right, you guys, we're going to take a small break. Don't go anywhere. We will catch you for round 7 here at the National Pro Hero Tournament. We'll be back.